Legacy what? I like Matt Galloway. These guests, this is not your show, but these are good guests. They have good things to say. It's almost 11:30 on Wednesday, the 24th of September, 2025. Now, media legacy is not a term I've used. I'm not sure if it means just the old ways, like, broadcasting stations, and even that I'm not sure what the definition would be. And then it dawns on me, Matt Galloway and other hosts of shows on CBC, about why, again, I've talked about schemas. If you don't have the psychological schemas of the topics I talk about, then you should ask me to define them, or should find some of the vlogs where I define them. But it's also the fact that you seem to rebel against. Now, French is my first language, by the way, so I've had to learn a lot of English words. So I haven't really rebelled, but there are things I'm slow to, go look up the definition for. I actually wrote down Mobius strip. I have to look that up. I think I have in the past, and I forgot exactly what it means. I'm going to look up legacy media. But Matt Galloway, there was a time when I was on Salt Spring Island, and this was a long weekend thing where I went and volunteered and didn't have to pay or paid part of it. It was still very, money is important to them. And we had a guest speaker who, would contradict himself, and but he was still had some good stories. And we were on a Buddhist temple location that gave us the weekend to build an eco village on there. And I left early, because I was disappointed that people didn't walk the talk of cultural repair. One lady who talked to me there, she said, "Oh, it sounds like you're a culture repair, or you do cultural repair," when she was asking me what I do or what my specialty is. And that's when I picked up the term, because it does fit well to what I do and the sacrifices I make, and the sacrifices that amount to me living a life of hardships that somehow CBC are one of the ones that kind of censor my freedom of speech about, right? So what I'm asking you to do, Matt Galloway, to prove me wrong about you not censoring me, is start using the term cultural repair. And even if you don't, use the definition, let's say, the same way I do, just the fact that it becomes part of your psychological schemas will start kind of maybe getting you more probable in its possibilities to get ahead of the paradigm, because at this point you don't realize that you are not really near being ahead of the paradigm, and that you are pretty much, based on the kind of listeners you have, are right on the norm.